find that our publishing partners use our consultants for their own engagements a lot. I mean, quite a bit. They book them out on us, and there's times where some of our consultants are actually booked out months and months in advance. So that speaks volumes about the type of people that we have. We're privately owned and funded, so we're debt-free, profitable year on year. We have over 70 employees now with over 100, several hundred years of industry experience. The beautiful part about Flycast Partners is that right now, just about every single person that works for Flycast Partners, they're foundation certified. And we're talking down to the lowest marketing person, to the LDRs, the BDRs. All the employees at Flycast Partners, including our project managers, are ITIL certified. It's something that they understand the language. They understand what people are talking about when they start talking to them about some of their pains. We have a couple of ITIL experts on staff. We have several project managers, Six Sigma. We have a Six Sigma black belt, actually. And of course, we do our business process consulting. Our webinar attendees, we do, for those of you that aren't aware of it, we do monthly webinars, or weekly webinars, I should say, on various topics. It could be anything from service transition, service design, or it could be on simply how to write an RFP to get people to submit and want to be part of your project. We also do webinars that are tool specific. We do a variety of different things, and there's so many different things that we hit on, whether it be in the ITIL or how-to realm, that I encourage you to go to our website and check out some of the events that we have. We have about 600 plus attendees a month alone on our webinars that we conduct. Moving right in, these are some of the things that we do. Best practice process engineering, ITIL framework, operational efficiencies, custom process development. We can do your project management for you. If you have projects going on in your department and you'd like for us to run it, we can do that. It doesn't have to be just IT. We help out with business operations as well. Architect and design, system health checks. We can do migration planning, solution adoption, utilization audits. Remote administration services are very popular. We have quite a few remote administration service engagements that we do for organizations that they don't want to add that extra person. They don't want to get any more administrators to have to pay them those wages, and so they'll use our services for that. We have support services, ITIL awareness training, ITIL simulations, ITIL certifications, ITSM and ITAM solution training, and of course the best-in-class ITSM and ITAM solutions, vendor-certified implementers, and experienced professionals in custom integrations. Any questions about any of that? There's quite a bit that we offer, and just about anything you can imagine in IT we pretty much represent now as far as software is concerned. How do we do it better? Well, consultation, we identify your needs and pain points. A lot of organizations out there, what do? They're like, okay, so you've got this project going on or that project going on, but do they really pay attention to what you're looking for? We go in there and we find out, okay, what are your pain points? What are the things that you're trying to solve for? And what is the end result? And what are some of the things that you'd like to have at the end of the project? We evaluate that and we walk you through the process to identify what the best solutions might be for your organization. And sometimes it's quite frankly, it's not a solution. Sometimes it's actually a process issue. Your processes are broken and need to be repaired before you even go looking for that solution. And all too often, everybody just wants to throw money at something before actually understanding what the true situation is. So we provide that consultation for you. The alignment, Flycast Partners will sync your IT goals with your business goals. We'll work with the business side of your organization and your IT department to make things a lot more efficient, saving both time and money for your organization. Delivery, our team delivers a sustainable solution at the right time and at the right price. Let me reiterate that, at the right time and right price. Like I said, we buy things in bulk, so we get things a lot cheaper or less expensive than what you can. We're customer focused. We maintain our customer values despite shifts in technology and in the IT marketplace. We have a 98% customer retention rate. We have folks that have been with us, that came on with us when we first opened the doors in 2011, that are still with Flycast partners and swear by us, and they can come to us when they need to expand in their IT realm or other tools or other professional services things. Success, your success is our focus. We are focused on making you as successful as you possibly can be in your organization. And that is it. That is my portion of it. I'm going to turn it over to the Ivanti team.
All right. So what I'm going to focus on is on the service management side of the house. My name is Jeff Hance. I'm with Ivanti. I've been working with Ivanti for about 11 years now. And what I'm really going to focus on is what is the modernization of ITSM in your organization. And kind of where I'm going to start is on the CIO level, right? The CIO, this is how he's getting measured now. He's not getting measured on, hey, keeping the lights on. What he's getting measured on are these things: his contribution to the business strategy, the user customer satisfaction, and the value of IT to the business. So from a CIO perspective, what he is concerned about has changed over the years, right? With the consumerization of IT, people not just going, if they can't get it from the IT organization, they're going to go outside of IT to get it. So challenges, users expect engaging experiences, right? I know that if I go to my IT portal and I can't find what I'm looking for on the IT portal, I'm going to go out to the Apple Store or the Google Store or do a Google search and find something out there that's going to allow me to do my job better. So what this is really focusing on is the different things that you need to provide from a self-service. It's funny that they say self-service is growing faster than ever. Well, self-service has been around forever and it's just finally growing. Self-service should be something that everybody's doing in their organization, and that should be your one-stop shop for everything IT, right? I want to drive all of my people through the portal because this is where they should be able to go to find anything they need from a services perspective. And of course, when you think about self-service as well, it should grow beyond IT. It should be HR, it should be facilities, it should be all the different areas in your organization that have things that come in that are requests and things that you could fulfill through that portal. They don't want to wait, right? So when you bring self-service into your organization, the first thing you do is become 24/7, right? You become a 24/7, 365-day-a-year organization because you're going to have a portal that they can go to that's going to drive things like knowledge. They can go out there and find knowledge out there. They can submit their tickets quickly through there. Maybe they don't get a response because it's a Saturday, but they'll get a response Monday morning. It's personalized. They feel like they're in control in the self-service, right? So you're providing them the ability to go in and request things, provide feedback, get information about what's going on in the organization so they feel empowered. And of course, immediate gratification, right? If you make a phone call and nobody answers the phone, if you can go out to self-service and you can actually go ahead and put your request in and get the information you want, you're going to get that immediate gratification. So necessary capabilities, eliminate redundant tasks. There's things that you guys do every single day that you should be able to automate in your environment. And when I say automate, it doesn't mean that there's no user intervention. It just means automating the flow of what's going on in your environment. So if there's a new hire process, tasks automatically getting sent to the different groups that need to do those tasks. That is technically automation if you think about it, because you're taking somebody having to go in, send an email or assign a task to somebody. Once the request is made, it automatically feeds that task to the different groups. Streamline process is kind of the same concept, right? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to streamline the process around my new hires or my terminations or software requests or anything like that, right? Because it's all has a workflow behind it. A lot of it might be manual tasks, but now we can have those part of a workflow. Improve insight. When you think about the biggest challenge people have with their service management tools is the information that they get back from the tool. So if you're able to do templated tickets, you can drive everybody through that portal and they put their requests and their incidents through there instead of sending emails and making phone calls. Your data is going to be better because you're going to drive them through those forms. The categories are going to be correct and you're going to get more useful information to understand where you need to go improve in your IT department. Enhance agility, right? I want to be able to say, hey, I've got these things, I've got this insight into what I got going on in my environment. I have a tool that's going to allow me to become more agile and build different workflows and different forms and services that I can provide through that portal. These are just some examples of what customers have saved or have done with the tool when they've implemented it. 50% improved first call resolution. And I guess when I think about that, it's having knowledge, right? When somebody calls into the support desk and I'm typing in information into an incident, it's going to provide me with information that's going to help me resolve that issue. It's going to do object matching where I can see knowledge articles, incidents, problems associated with that information that I put into the description for that ticket. 40% efficiency improvements. That's great for your organization, not great for the people that work for you, because that means I don't need as many people to do the job that we're doing anymore. I can hopefully take those people and move them into more important roles in the environment where I can do improvements in my environment instead of always firefighting. 99.8% user satisfaction. We'd all love to have 99.8 user satisfaction, right? But you know, obviously the way they're getting that is they're doing 24/7 support through the portal. They're feeding workflow and improving efficiency, so they're able to get that 99.8% user satisfaction. 300% growth in self-service resolutions. That's huge, right? I want to be able to drive my people through self-service. I want to provide knowledge, useful knowledge, that's going to help them resolve their issues. We all know the millennial generation. I think, Ed, you're just a little too old for the millennial generation, but the millennial generation, I have a 21-year-old son, right? I can call him on the phone. He won't ever answer the phone. If I instantly text him right after that, he will immediately reply to my text message, right? So they want to be able to do things themselves. They don't want to have to make phone calls. They want to use self-service. They want to be able to do Google searches. They want to find their answers to the issues without ever having to pick up the phone. And that's probably why this organization must have a lot of millennials in it that want to use the self-service portal. So the power of automation, right? We all hear this term in IT. It's been going around for a couple of years now. Automate, automate, automate. What can I automate in my environment? What repeatable tasks do I have that I can automate? Obviously, when you automate, you're going to increase speed, right? You're going to have tasks that automatically go out to different groups. If there's web services you can call, you can pass information to other systems to do things. Like, for example, if somebody requests a piece of software, I can verify the licenses, I can get all the approvals, and then I can pass a call into a tool like Flycast Management Suite or Ivanti Management Suite, and it will automatically deploy that software to that user, right? So being able to automate things like that in your environment is important. It's also obviously going to reduce costs because less people are touching it, right? I'm automating that, less people are involved in the process, people cost money. And it's going to improve quality. The biggest challenge in any process is human error. If I'm automating things in my environment and I'm bypassing IT guys having to do the work, I'm taking that error out of the process and I'm improving quality. How do you increase user engagement and satisfaction? It's very obvious, right? I need self-service, I need automation, I need a service catalog. People put self-service in place and they can go out there, they can get knowledge, they can put incidents in there, but you need to also look at it from the perspective of what services do I provide to my organization and how can I present those to my users so they can request those services. So for example, a lot of people in my organization don't know we have this tool called Slack. It's a social tool that you can go into, you can ask questions of people in your department, and you can go back and forth and you can get feedback and you can ask them if they've done something and they can tell you, yeah, they did it. And it's searchable and it's there so you can always get back to the history of it instead of going back and forth in email. Well, people didn't know we have it. If I had a service catalog and that was presented as a service that was available to our group to use, they could have went in and made a request for that. It could have been assigned to them and put into their Okta portal so that they could have access to that system. So allowing your users to understand what services that you provide, because the more value you can show that IT provides in your organization, the better they feel about IT. Because a lot of organizations think of IT as kind of a crutch in the organization. You want to enable yourselves to be somebody that they can come to you to provide them with the services they need. Of course, it needs to be mobile aware. If you're using a product that doesn't have a mobile platform, that's unacceptable, right? You need to be able to get to that anytime, anywhere, on any device that you're on. Knowledge search, right? About a year ago, knowledge was the big buzzword in the industry. It seems to still be pretty big. The big new thing now is artificial intelligence, K-bots, things like that, all stuff that Ivanti is working on that we're going to have in our product. We already have a K-bot functionality where you can send an email in and the K-bot will come back with options on different things, suggestions possibly that could help you with your issue, and you can go back and forth with the K-bot and it can either resolve your issue or it can go ahead and open up a ticket. So just knowledge is going to extend now into that artificial intelligence space, and of course you want to have that 24/7 support that you can provide your users.
It's not me, I promise.
No, I think it's sensible. So one of the cool features that Ivanti offers that really nobody else in this space can provide for you is the voice automation or the voice functionality that comes with the tool. If you call up to a bank and you go through all the different prompts, it can facilitate you into the different areas. This is kind of the same concept with the IVR function. The value in that is it's going to reduce call handling time because you're going to have your texts put themselves into availability mode. I'm going to be able to have a callback feature if there's a queue. I can say, hey, do you want us to call you back? I have their information. We can do the callback. It's got a self-service password reset option. So having the ability to go ahead and reset passwords right through the phone system without having to talk to somebody is very powerful as well. It can handle outages, right? The first thing that I can have come up when you make a phone call into the system is to let you know that, hey, we know there's an issue with email. If you want us to assign you to this issue, just press 1. So having that ability to handle outages, it allows for 24/7 support through the phone as well, right? So I can say, hey, when you're calling in, do you want me to open a ticket? Do you want me to route you to the 24/7 team? It's a single queue. It's going to include email and web self-service, so all those are going to be integrated together into that single queue. So even if you call into the phone, you walk through the prompts, I'm going to direct you to where you need to go. And it's going to prioritize multiple incident service request interactions. It also has the ability to understand when a VIP is calling in and maybe route that to a different queue for the VIP as well. So this phone function is integrated into the tool. It's a lot cheaper than you would get from a Cisco or a Avaya. And basically anything that I could do through the tool itself, through the web portal, I can do through the phone function as well. It has an API that allows me to do these things. So why Ivanti Service Management? It's all web-based, right? One of the things from me coming from the LAN desk side of the house is we still had a thick client that you need to use to do configuration with the LAN desk tool. With the Ivanti Service Manager platform, it's all web-based. I'm using the same platform for everything I'm doing in the tool. If it's submitting tickets, if I'm a self-service user, or if I'm an admin doing configuration, it's all the same platform that I'm using. It's based on industry best practice, right? So ITIL, right? We're using ITIL best practices to do this. It's pink verified in 13 of the disciplines. It's got reporting and analytics. With the extraction tool that we bought a couple years ago, we're going to give you a business value dashboarding tool along with the reporting that comes inside of the Ivanti Service Management platform that's going to allow you to do the analytics to not only understand where you are today, but where you need to improve to go ahead and improve your customer satisfaction and improve the efficiency of your organization. Easy setup and configure. I can validate this from coming from the LAN desk side of the house. It was very difficult to not only build stuff inside of there, but to demonstrate how you build stuff when you're doing demos to customers. With the Ivanti Service Management platform, the configuration, the setup is really easy inside of that tool. There's these centers of excellence that we give you that we can plug in that take your time to value to get the tool up and running from months to weeks. So it's very easy to set up and configure. Integrated client management, right? So because Ivanti also does systems management, we have remote control, software distribution, imaging, power management, patch management. All those are going to be integrated into this platform. So when somebody if I'm doing a change management around patching, I can have the approval go through for the patching workflow, and then I can go ahead and kick off the patches inside of the patch tool. Voice and workflow automation, we already kind of talked about the voice platform and the workflow automation. Not only can I do automation inside of the tool, but I can extend that into other applications in your environment. So I can pass information through web services, through emails or other connectors that we have like SolarWinds or other tools that you might have in your environment. Flexible deployment options, and I have another slide that will kind of go through the different levels that we sell our service management platform through, but I have these centers of excellence, I have these different layers that you can buy into so you can grow into the tool. You don't have to buy everything up front and not use change or problem or all that other stuff right away, but you're still paying for it. We have different levels that you can buy into. And of course, mobile access, right? I have to have a mobile app. I have to have a web browser platform that allows it to render to the device that I'm on. So speaking of those different levels, we have the help desk level, the service desk level, and the service manager level, right? So depending on the complexity of your organization, how far down the ITIL path you are, how long you've been doing service management in your environment, you could buy into these different bundles. So let's say you only care about self-service incident knowledge. You can buy into the help desk bundle, and then you say, hey, Jeff, I'm interested in change. I've been doing it in SharePoint for too long. I want to integrate it into the same platform. We can take you up to that next level. And then once you become efficient at change and configuration, then we can take you up to availability and event management, tie into your SolarWinds tool or whatever monitoring tool you have in your environment and start doing event management as well. So having these different levels that you can buy into allows you to grow into the platform. The great thing is it's all the same code. It's just licensing that we turn on that opens up the other features in the product. So Ivanti service management, right? Modern service management delivered. We're going to allow you to streamline your service management process. We're going to hopefully provide an engaging user experience for your users that they'll use when they go into the platform, because it's easy to find the information they want, to navigate through the tool. It looks nice, has that nice look and feel of an Amazon or an Apple. It's 24/7, and we're going to help you reduce costs and improve customer productivity. The time to value with the tool is significantly less than most of the tools in the market because of the way we've designed the centers of excellence to get you up and running real quickly. And that's it, just in time with the music coming up in the background. Any questions?
What are some of the issues that you're facing today?
Regarding like service?
Anything.
Regarding anything in IT, what are some of the things that you're dealing with?
One of our big pain points is migration.
Okay.
Migrating from, not only just from Windows 7 to Windows 10, but just new machine migrations.
Okay.
And we demoed AppSense, and it
Jeff
really-
was mentioning
it really
that,
did
yeah.
what we wanted it to do,
Yeah.
but getting the company to pay for it is always a challenge.
Budget seems to always be a pain
Yeah.
point. It always seems to be an issue with everybody, because nobody wants to foot the bill for it, but they have these high expectations of IT. IT needs to do this, this, and this, but we don't want to pay for it, right? That's what it comes down to at the end of the
And
day.
I think like just general, staying on top of technology with cloud implementation has been challenging.
Okay. Well, definite challenges that you're not the only organization facing, that's for sure, so without a doubt.
Keeping us busy.
That's facts. So, what are some of the challenges that you see out there with a lot of the organizations you work with, Ian? I mean, what is some of the biggest challenges?
I think, much the same, the migration of hardware and software. I think one of the things that, has just been said, that people don't want to pay for it. The difficult question is, they are already paying for it.
That's
They're
right.
probably paying more than they would be if they actually bought a quite expensive tool. They just don't realise that.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of trying to work out how to quantify what it is you're actually paying for now, and how much that inefficiency is costing you in terms of support and lost production.
That's a very valid point. I mean, they're not willing to pay for the tool, but you're already really paying for it because you have inefficiencies and things aren't running as smooth as they possibly could, so you're losing time, which is a waste of money, and you've got these people, on salary, and you're using them for these projects that probably they don't need to be on. So.
A lot of the time people don't understand where that time is going and how it's being, what we're losing here. And having a product that allows you to pull that information out and see where the time is going, where the tasks are being spent, it helps tremendously. A lot of the time I find that customers don't use the tools they've got. never mind pick the new tool, they don't use them properly. A lot of it is the customers that I talk to particularly, they have a tool, they've got people who are working on it, but they don't know where to go, and they need a bit of handholding. Not a lot, but they just need a kind of push in the right direction. And you often find that people are looking for a whole new tool to do something where in actual fact that's really not going to solve their problem without somebody going in there and really taking a good look at what's happening, what the processes are within the organisation and making that fit.
Okay, very good, all good points. Would you like to add anything to some of the things?
Sure. My name's Tracy Roach, everybody. I'm a IT service management specialist at Ivanti for the Southeast. So we have the territory managers that work with the customers on our wide range of products. For the 7 years before I came to Ivanti, I was the regional director of a company called Exon. So everyone that's tortured with the acronym ITIL, you can have me to thank for that. We also, however, had the service management based on 20,000, information security based on 27,002, DevOps, Agile. And I think the biggest thing I bring to the table, because I'm not a practitioner myself, but I know the pains of IT and I know the pains of the business. And personally, I'm one of those weird people that's equally left and right-brained, right? And so that disconnect that happens, people are referred to it as alignment of IT in the business. I like to say it's convergence of IT in the business. And so when we talk about digital transformation, automation, these are all things that should help IT in the business converge. The problem is that they often speak different languages. The business speaks one language, IT speaks another, partly thanks to things like ITIL that creates a whole language unto itself. I think in the future, to your point, real-time business value dashboards that the CFO can configure himself. He doesn't need to be a service desk specialist to be able to configure a dashboard and see exactly where that money's going, see where the holes are, see what the trends are. And that doesn't just apply to IT service management. Networking, facilities, HR, onboarding, I mean, Jeff, the list is long,
Oh, yeah.
right? So that's what we're here to help with. And salespeople are often really busy trying to get deals done so that you guys are happy and convince your CFO. I'm more the in-between person that's going to specialize in trying to help bridge that gap. So thanks for bringing that up. It's very important.
Any other questions? Would anybody else like to talk about anything else? Any of the other challenges? Yeah.
I just think that, to add on to the budgeting, part of the challenge that a lot of companies are facing is, at least within the last year going forward, technology is just moving too fast. Like Windows 10, they're throwing out builds every 4 to 6 months. You don't have time to test, we have to get it implemented, or you've got to buy a new license.
That's right.
Cloud implementation. It's moving so rapidly that it's hard to decide what you want to invest your money in. You're invested in something now, but it may be outdated in a year. So there's really a lot of thought into what we're trying to buy.
Valid, very valid point. I know that we deal with a lot of Microsoft things, especially the Azure side of things, and we're actual CSP ourselves, and it's even hard for us to keep up with what's going on with what they're doing. And we know, right, July 1 is the beginning of the new year for Microsoft, and everything's changing literally overnight. I mean, they move at the speed of light, so I can definitely feel your pain with that.
It's not just software too, it's hardware too.
Yeah, yep.
All these hybrid computers, laptops, mobile devices. It's been challenging.
Yeah. Definitely.
I'm Mark Morgan, I'm the sled rep for Ivanti.
Yeah.
My guys are phenomenal, helping me as far away as North Carolina.
Yep.
Some of the university accounts, so I'm routing all my stuff through Flycast. You just pick up the phone,
Yeah.
real time. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Partner, man. So
No, thank
for
you.
what it's worth, thank you.
We appreciate that. There's a reason why we've grown as quickly as we have since 2011, You know, we're over, who thought that we'd be over 70 employees? I was employee number 12 or something like that, and where we're at right now, it's like, it's still, it's hard for us to grasp it all, but it's because we believe in quality, we believe in our customers. And like I had stated before, we have a 98% customer retention rate, and there's a reason for that.
Oh, yeah.
Our customers come first, and we're there to solve the issue, make sure it's resolved, whatever the issues they're having, before we leave their side. That's why people depend on our support. We literally just started our support about 3 years ago with 0 customers, I might add, and we're up to over 150 customers on our support now. So it speaks volumes about our team.